Aloha, YouTube. This is the Elon Marley podcast with your boy Crypto Roots and Everything Currency. What's good, brother?
What up with you, man? How you doing?
Man, I just been grinding. I'm telling you, I've been studying smart contracts, front-end web development, just like really taking this time while the market's down and there's not much noise, just leveling up my programming and development skills, man. How about you? What you been up to?
That's what up, man. I was on vacation for a minute. It was my girl's birthday. I had to take some time off. I've been basically working, going hard for like 2 years straight, no vacation. So, I was gone for about a week. Feels good to be back though. Feels good to get some time off, take my mind, come back clear-headed on everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. There's it's too much to keep up with.
Definitely.
And so, yeah, I have to just realize, like, you know what, let me just get off crypto Twitter. Let me stop thinking about YouTube videos and let me just focus. And because I can fall back into a pit. Like, I'll think I'm on top of it and I'm top of it. And then my ego gets the best of me. And then it's like, no, you don't know shit. So stay humble and stay focused. And obviously, you got to get your nature time. And that's super, super important to have a healthy mental state.
Definitely got to keep
Otherwise,
that mental state going.
It'll come out in your social media one way or another, like, that you're not doing well. Like, like you're either arguing over stupid shit or like,
it'll come out in your
time or just,
it'll come out in your personal life. It'll come out in the things you talk about. You know what I'm saying? You'd be over there arguing, like you said, arguing with people. You'd be arguing over politics and shit, So yeah, I advise everybody, especially in this market, man, take some time off where you don't even think about crypto for a minute, because with the game changing every week, you might start to get overwhelmed if you're really trying to be on top of everything.
Word. You brought up, first of all, I'm surprised you even followed Trevon James. I'm surprised anyone even follows Trevon James.
What's the problem
He still
with?
got some like.
What's the problem with Trevon? What's your problem with Trevon?
Bruh, I've never seen a sad ass, fake ass nigga before in my life. The way, and he almost got me to FOMO into BitConnect when I first got in the game, right? He almost got me into that, and and the way he handled it, like, you didn't lose your money. All right, you lost your money.
All right, you kind of lost your way. See, think about it is, bro. It's like I followed Trayvon since I first got into crypto. So Trayvon was like the first crypto nigga I ever seen, and this fool came out
pretty
and
much.
he was explaining, and he was explaining it to the noobs like me in a way where I could understand. You know what I mean? But my whole problem was, look, this fool, of course he was in love with BitConnect. It made him a millionaire. You would be in love with anything that made you a millionaire. The problem was when the shit hit the fan, he just couldn't drop it. His pride got the best of him. I give him that. You know what I mean? But I think people, these people in these comments and these groups and stuff, they're ruthless, man. So they have you feeling some type of way if you let it get to you. And I feel like, for him, that was what it was. He let the whole everything get to him, and he just couldn't just be like, you know what, guys, I was wrong. Like, it made me rich. I'm sorry. It actually was, bad.
And not just that, I mean, the law and the whole legal shit, people trying to sue him left and right and like da. And you think he would learn his lesson. I mean, in my opinion, I think this, just first of all, disappear just for good. Like,
well, see, that's what people don't get. That's what people don't get. Like if you really followed him, like, dude got hounded by the SEC. And it's like, dude got all that, like, so you could tell and you could see that, like, okay, dude has insight on what he's doing. He has to be careful, you know what I mean? Because he already had hearings, he already had lawsuits, and he was proven innocent. The thing is now is, like, I think that fool has a little bit of insight as far as to, like, what the SEC is actually looking for, when it comes to that. Just because he went through the whole shit, you know what I mean?
And to see, but to see that he's promoting Hex, I'm just like, it's some people will never learn. Like some people will never learn. I can't say Hex is a scam, but goddamn, I've never seen anything that looks closer to a scam other than like fucking Hex, man. Like,
hey, did you?
Next
The
to
thing is,
BitConnect,
like,
it's
did
like
you?
he would be.
Did you watch? Did you watch his Hex
Ahead.
video though? Let me tell
Nah,
you, like, yeah,
no,
you gotta give it
I
to
gotta
him.
be
Like,
honest. I don't
I
pay
got,
much
I gotta
attention.
give it to him, bro. Like, dude is funny. Like, when Hex came out, this fool's opening statement was, "Hello, everyone. I'm going to tell you why I'm giving my ETH to Richard Hart." It was like, you know what I mean? It's like anybody who literally said, "Oh, this is an
No, then
opportunity for me
he's
to
paid.
throw
He's
all my
totally
money."
paid.
Like, if this is a no, he had an interview with Richard Hart too, and they were going back and forth on a couple
He's a
things.
paid
You know,
shill, bro. He's a paid shill.
Richard Hart was paying everybody to go on their page. Even Peter McCormick, he was paying people to argue with him when Hex came out. You know what I mean? He was challenging people, saying, "Look, Richard Hart did some OG shit where he was like, bro, I will pay you to challenge me on my project." The thing is, I was just like, bruh, you ain't telling people where the private keys are and you getting all that ETH. Like, we know you have the private keys, buddy. So that's the part where I was like, this shit seems weird to me. But
Yeah, I
never
ended up getting.
never a dull moment in crypto.
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, I looked on my Ether scan and then I have 101 Hex. I'm like, how did I get that? I didn't do anything. I never wanted Hex, but it's too small to cash out. So I'm like, I'm stuck with something I don't want to be stuck with. And
Well,
I
see,
got it for free.
the thing
I
that
can't get
people
rid of
don't
it.
the thing that people don't realize either, though, is like if you had a Bitcoin wallet with some Bitcoin on it, back in, I think, when Hex dropped, you know, there was a snapshot, and if you had Bitcoin, you got free Hex. So
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
but you have to go claim it. That's where everybody was saying, like, look, you got to look into it. They didn't have no ICO, they didn't have nothing like that. You got an airdrop amount of Hex depending on how much Bitcoin you had. That's what the big payday is. Everybody who doesn't claim their Hex, that's going to get dropped on the stakers. That's why that's why everybody's so big on it, because you have all these Bitcoin maxis who are never going to touch Hex. They're not going to claim their Hex. You know what I mean? You have all those
But,
wallets and everything, so that's going to get airdropped on all the people, and that's why I think there's
but
going to be a big ass dump.
well, I mean, there's no utility to it. Like, what does it do? Like, it doesn't do anything. It's pure speculation. That's another thing. It's just, even if everybody got for airdrop, but it's like, what purpose does it play other than speculation? And I'm like,
Oh
we
yeah,
already got thousands of other currencies.
I mean, I have a big skepticism on like a lot of these coins, bro. To keep it 100 with you, especially all these like dot finance, DeFi tokens, and you know, Hex calls itself DeFi and all this stuff. Like, to me, bro, ain't no utility to those tokens. You're literally, your only utility is to stake. You're saying, oh, we have staking and we have farming. What's your utility? You're gonna give me a free token, and who's gonna want to buy it? Like, you know what I mean? Oh, it bears interest. I don't give a shit if I'm getting interest in some token that nobody wants to buy. You know, like, that's just the truth. You know what I mean? That's why I like to stake coins that have some utility in the future, where it's like, okay, it's not just speculation. Somebody's going to actually want to buy this from me. You know what I mean?
I totally agree, and that's why I always have to refine how I'm investing.
Mm-hmm.
Some things, you know, you just kind of get rid of. Like, you know, like, I'm not trying to spread FUD out there, but I kind of lost my faith in ZZZ. So
Mm-hmm.
I sold off. But I'm not going to go and start making videos that other people should start. Like, I don't even want to get into that realm of, like, you know, pumping my bags or help trying to convince other people to dump their bags.
Yeah, that's not cool.
When I actually, like, when I have a feeling that, like, this ain't going nowhere, you know, and sometimes it's better just to listen to it than just to wait it out all the way to the end and, you know, just be you know. So sometimes you do have to cut your losers. What are they? There's a term saying you got to keep your winners, but cut your losers.
Yeah, keep your winners and cut your losers, and like, don't fall in love with it. Like, you know, that brings me into farm. You know what I mean? With farm,
let's talk about that.
Listen, man, I had a feeling, bro. Like, I don't even, like, normally they say in investing, You know, you can't be just going off of like hunches and stuff. But bro, I was literally checking my farm the night before you text me, and I was watching that passive income thing going up, and I was like, I should cash this out. Like, this probably ain't gonna last for long, because what's the utility of farm, right?
Well, it's a governance. It's supposed to be a governance token. It is a governance token.
But then what's the utility of
for
the governance? You know, that's the next thing.
just,
Like,
yeah.
what are we governing? You know, we're governing something to do what? To just provide us more money? You know, so it's like, in the end, we
Well,
need,
essentially, yeah.
but we need something as a product where people are gonna want to use it. You know what I mean? Like Aave, you know, like you got, yeah, they're giving you compound interest, but why? People are actually taking loans. You know, people are actually doing leverage trades, you know, and stuff like that. So it's like,
well, the whole purpose with farm is just another form of Wi-Fi. It was a yield optimizer.
oh, okay,
Right? So they're very transparent of how they got their profits, and it was all through Sushi, Comp, Curve, all the governance tokens.
See, that scares, that's starting to scare me too. Everything's trying to be Wi-Fi. A lot of us like, we gonna be Wi-Fi. It's like, okay, Wi-Fi came out with the yield optimizer. That's great, but you got all these other ones trying to do it too. And I'm like, this is reminding me something of a trading bot, you know, and BitConnect was so-called trading bot, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's where I'm like seeing a lot of the scams and stuff pop off in these rug pulls that's been happening.
Well, in all reality, it wasn't even a hack. It was more of a economic exploit. That's what people are calling it, because it was a price oracle thing that got exploited. So it was something that could have been prevented if they weren't using, I guess, if they were using Chainlink, I guess some people were saying. It was the way they were using their price oracles farm that it was able to be exploited, not necessarily hacked.
Yeah.
So it's just always good to understand that and that's why farm, you know, is not really tanking. It's still holding around $100. Like, once you really start to understand what the problem was, like, the market's eventually going to be like, you know what, it was a tiny thing, but it's like, once you've lost faith and reputation, it's hard to get that back. So the people who are staying in farm, like, they're like, I don't know. I moved on only because I realized I was having too much fun. I was loving that APY.
Same here.
And
that's what I said. I had that feeling, bro. I had that feeling like, man, I don't know about this. And then when you text me, I was like, damn, I lost half of that money. I mean, I was in profit. I was in profit pretty high, but I lost about half of it. And I was like, damn, you know what I mean? But I wasn't really sad because I got my initial back and some, you know what I mean? But I still lost half of what was in that pot.
Yeah. And now I'm glad you brought that up, because I listen to like trader podcasts and podcast traders, and a lot of them, they go over how do you get over a losing streak? Like, how do you get over a losing streak? And since we're not necessarily trading, but it's like we're yield farming, but either somehow something, you know, the eminence, like, or the price just doesn't go down. Like, there's so many, I would say, losses where I spent more on gas, right? Or like I may have taken a small, but that what really helped me get my back on my game was profiting off Keeper. And so I was on a losing streak, sorta, and then, you know, it just takes one winner to get you like, all right, like, I still got it, what, you know, like, and when you're losing, it doesn't, you know, it could be of a number, you know, a hack or an exploiter or whatever, different things going on. It's not necessarily your fault, and it's not necessarily because no one knew until somebody else. But I'm in the game because it feels good to like bounce back from my losses. And
that's what people really don't get too. Like, you only need, like, in this game, I could be attest to this, because we went through the bear market of the 2017, 2018. So it's like, bro,
man,
that was a stressful time of like, people think it's hard to been, the price has been going down since this last little DeFi hype we had.
Bro, man, this is like what, 3 years, 3 years.
This is like 2 months, bro. And it's like, listen, bro, I only had a couple, like, you only need one winner to make up for a lot of losses. Like, if you're picking out some good coins and stuff like that, it really only takes 100x, bro, for you to be excited and for you to get happy, you know. So like, keep learning, keep trying, keep you know, with investing, that's what it is. You know, we're all investors here. So one thing I think the crypto market tends to forget is that investing takes time. You know, I say 1
Well,
week in crypto is like a day, but still everything takes time to play out, especially with these, you know, development.
and I like to use the term sniff them out. Like, how do you sniff these ones out? I mean, there's thousands of currencies, there's hundreds of rug pulls, and there's a bunch of legitimate coins that aren't ever gonna. How do you sniff the ones out that are gonna 100x? You know, da 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 da. And honestly, you have to first of all be on top of it. You really need to follow like some few accounts. Like some of these accounts give me the alpha. Like I wouldn't have found out about Kiefer if it wasn't for an account on Twitter that just dropped some shit, right? But even though people drop some shit, you still have to have that eye, that nose to be like, all right, like how does the distribution? What are the tokenomics? Like who owns the liquidity pool? Like it just keeps racking up all the like the guidelines you need to check off before you throw money into something, right? I need to join the Discord. I need to like, you know, but and even then, all these lines can check off, and it still could be a rug pull or like. So it's like, but you if you get good at sniffing them out, man, I'm telling you, like it's almost easy. It's damn near easy money.
Yeah, there's some
right?
guidelines, you know, there's some guidelines to follow, you know, and then there's different now. I feel like there's different ways to invest into crypto now, you know, like you can invest into like the DeFi coins, you know, Uniswap tokens and, you know, liquidity pools. You can invest into like other chains, you know, that are doing things. So you just got to really, like you said, be on top of it and know how to look at something real quick. Like I could glance at a website in like 5 minutes and be like, oh yeah, this, you know, this is looking good. You know, I'm gonna read the white paper after about 2 minutes of being on the website. I know if I want to read that white paper or not, or if I want to follow them on Twitter or go to their Medium, you know, like.
And here's a word of advice for people listening to stay safe. If you see or hear about any project like booming, taking off 300, 400% in a matter of a day or a couple of days, you best believe there will be scams that change one little letter or change one little sign and then got you thinking you're FOMOing into the wrong project, or you get greedy and you're like, yo, I missed that one, but let me get a clone. And I'm telling you, just understand that as soon as something pops off, you got 5 or 6 imposters right around the door.
5 or 6 around the door. There's a lot of just beware of the scams in general. Like when you're typing in websites, I don't care if you can be going to metamask.com, make sure it's spelled right. You can be going to etherscan.com, make sure it's spelled right. There's also another scam that I want to bring up. Like if you have a ledger, you know, I always promote the ledger, tell people to keep their Bitcoin on a hardware wallet. Man, Ledger got hacked. They didn't get private keys or nothing because Ledger don't have private keys.
No, their data got hacked.
Yeah, their data got hacked. So I got a text saying, hey, with my real name saying, hey, we've been compromised. Send us a thing. If you do not click on that text, you know what I mean? Like just know that nobody is ever going to ask for your private keys. If they do, assume that it's a scam.
Absolutely. And so many people were pissed that they were holding private information that they didn't even know that they were being held, like your information in a decentralized database. Right? Like you guys are a blockchain fucking dude, like thing in a corporate, and now you're like get exposed. Now you get hacked over a fucking centralized vulnerability. Like, come on, like it just people are so upset and pissed, and like, you know, the product still works. It still works. It's just that they were collecting information and then they weren't protecting it well. And it's like, yo, that's what we bought a ledger for, was to protect their financial information, bro. Now you then vulnerable. You know, then jeopardize all of us.
Well, so that's what they did. They hacked the most easiest place where Ledger was like, oh, which was the shipping info. You know what I mean? So you got everybody's shipping info and was like, hey, you know, and if that's the case, like Ledger should have had some type of, hey, we burn your shipping info after a month or something like that, you know, like. I understand the reason for them to need to keep receipts, you know what I mean? But if you're gonna do that, like, come on, you're Ledger. Like, shouldn't these receipts have been on a ledger? Like, what the fuck?
Or encrypted or something, like, right? And another scam going around is the YouTube live videos of like Elon Musk or like Hayden Adams or like some like, and then they have the Bitcoin thing, donate here, send your private keys, and like people really think this is legit. And if you like people, they are coming up all because they're taking footage of a reputable person that's already been pre-recorded and they're calling it live, and then they're putting the donate the Bitcoin, and YouTube just can't fucking, I don't know, they haven't stopped them.
Well,
But
what's
they're
happening with
everywhere.
that, like YouTube can't stop them, so we just have to be aware of it, report it whenever you see it, because what's happening is they're hacking big YouTubers. So like if somebody has like a 25K followers, they're hacking those pages, then changing the name to like Elon Musk Bitcoin, and then or they're changing the name to like XRP Ripple, and then they're putting a video of Brad Garlinghouse and then saying, hey, send us 1 ETH and we'll send you 5 ETH back, or
Yeah.
send us 1 Bitcoin and we'll send you 7,000 million XRP or something like that, or you're gonna get $1 million giveaway or something like that. People actually fall for those because you can click on the wallets and see how much money is in those wallets. One time I did
I'm
it.
gonna stop making fun of people falling for those, man. Because people who don't know what they're doing,
Yeah, no,
just simply don't know. Like,
it's pretty
you
convincing.
can't.
Like, you can't make fun of people who lose money. You know what I mean? They didn't know. Like, it's just, a lot of times it's just something we have to be aware of. And I encourage like helping people out because, nobody wants to lose money in this market. I don't, you don't, especially the new folks. We want the new folks to get in, make money, be happy. And we want them to tell 10 people, you know what I mean? Like, that's what we really want to happen. We don't want people to get in, get rug pulled and be like, aha, and then they go home pissed off and be like, man, fuck crypto, like.
Yeah. And I follow account. What's this the account I follow? Token Oops.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's just like every day you just see somebody get scammed or like send a large amount of money to the wrong contract address, and it's just like, yo, I'm like, this game will eat you alive, bro.
Fat finger
like, I'm
buys.
gonna just be honest.
Fat finger
This
buys,
game will,
man.
Say that again.
Those fat finger buys, like when I seen, if you go on some of the smaller exchanges, you'll see where people mess up and they'll go and they'll like, or a fat finger sale, they'll be like, oh, I'm gonna sell 1 Bitcoin, Bitcoin's 14,000, and they'll sell it for like $140. Like they'll forget to put a zero, and you'll see like a flash crash, like somebody bought that up, in an instant. But that's where those flash crashes come from. You see people with fat finger buys, or they'll say, oh, I want to buy 1 Bitcoin for 14,000. They accidentally put 140,000,
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I no longer recommend trading crypto. I believe in purchasing an index, like an ETF but the index token. And obviously, so yeah, I'm a part of the index co-op, and their first product is DeFi Pulse Index. And as I'm learning and doing more research, I'm like, yo, this is the best way for newcomers to get in the game. This really is.
Index,
like, yeah, it really is. I mean, the time and energy and gas money you're gonna save, and have it rebalance every month. Like, they just recently added Uni, right? I don't know which one they took down, but like Uni, like that, it's just, that's the best I can recommend is a DeFi Pulse Index token. Or, there's other index tokens out there, I guess, but this is the most popular one. And, just throwing that in the liquidity, I'm just like, the safest plays are the best plays. Yeah. They're just not that exciting. Just not that exciting. But
it takes time, patience.
I mean, what's more exciting? Like, you losing money, or like, you having money and, long term, like, so sometimes you do have
not
to
wanting to go to sleep because you don't know if this coin, like, you're like, oh, I'm gonna buy this coin. Yeah, it might 2x in a day, but you might lose it all in a day. So you don't want to go to sleep holding a token. Like, I've talked to people who literally didn't want to go to sleep holding some tokens because they're scared,
Yeah, I think
crazy.
I really think people should focus on picking up a skill. And if you don't, what skills would you recommend people, like, as far as crypto related? What skills would you recommend for the newcomers who want to join in the game? What is your path to success for the first year in crypto? Like, for someone who's just got in this game the last few months or just listening to this, what would be your recommended game plan for the first year, even quarters? Like, what would you recommend?
Well, I would say, because there's a fat learning curve in crypto, that, but I would say, like, I don't really say like trading per se. I don't really like day trading, even like every other day trading. I would say learn some technical analysis, just because you want to protect yourself from volatility if you can. Secondly, once you're doing that, learn about crypto, learn about different protocols. Like you said, learn about index fund, learn about token sets, learn about this and that, because everybody has a different need, right? Like for me, I don't necessarily need to pay my rent with crypto earnings. So I can go ahead and do things like provide liquidity. I can go ahead and do things like, invest and hold or hodl or stake coins, or, buy an index and just sit on it. If your strategy is more like, hey, I want to make this a everyday income, then you're going to have a different strategy. So pick your investment type. When you first get in, that's what you have to do. I don't really like to tell people, oh, don't trade, because I know a bunch of people making bank trading. So for me to tell you, hey, don't trade, just because I don't necessarily do it all the time, doesn't really make sense. You know what I mean? And for me, it's like, I got in the game, I do everything. You know what I mean? I have to admit, I'll trade if I see something opening up on the chart. But I think definitely learn a little bit of technical analysis, because that opens that world to you. You get what I'm saying? That opens up a lot more of where you want to throw your money at in the game. You get to see things on the chart that, people who don't look at the charts, they're at a disadvantage from that. I'm not saying go out there and day trade every day and look at the charts every 5 minutes and stuff like that. And then, like I said, secondly, learn and pick your investment type. You want to be a trader, you want to be a hodler, you want to be a farmer, you want to be a liquidity provider. How much money are you starting with? When you're liquidity farming, do you have enough bank to be making a good profit? Because if you're only putting $20 in some tokens, it's like, you're getting 5% a year. How long is it going to take you to make $20? You know what I'm saying? So that's, for me, it's like, I feel like technical analysis is a must. You don't need to trade, but it's a must. You know what I mean? So that's first. And it's not like you could just learn simple resistance and support. That's all you really need to start off with, and then start figuring out what your investment type is. How much time do you have to look at crypto? If you got more time, then you can be more on top of it, like Rootz. You know what I mean? If you got hella time, then yeah, you can become a developer. But say you got kids, you know what I mean? You got an extra hour a day. You don't have all that time. So, for everybody it's different. So I say pick your lane. Know what lane you're in first. Don't just get out here, because what happens is people jump in, they're excited, they follow a couple people they like on Twitter, and then they're everywhere. They're all over the place. They're liquidity farming over here, they're trading over here, they're hodling coins over here. They're trying to get airdrops, they're doing everything, and it's like you don't really have a strategy. And that's the problem with a lot of new investors. Is like, strategy is key.
So here will be Crypto Boots' camp. Crypto Boots Camp. I did have Crypto Boots Camp.
Boots Camp.
Here's what I recommend. I always like to do from zero to hero. Like I like to. I know there's various people of different financial background, but I like to talk to the broke ass niggas.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk to the broke folks.
To the broke ass niggas right now.
My $50 going in share. Let's talk to them.
I'm too nervous about investing $50 because I'm gonna lose $3.50 in gas, bro. People, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Everybody got to start somewhere. Like if that's where your life is at, I can tell you're in the right place.
By listening to us. So here's my game plan. You have to admit that you need to step your game up.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I suggest you step your game up, if you already have a job, work a few extra hours. Now, work a few extra hours with this in mind. Figure out how much you get paid. Say you get paid $12.50, and you're going to work maybe 4 hours extra a week. All right? So what? That's $12.50, 25. So what? Is that 50 extra bucks, right?
Yeah.
You're going to dedicate those 50 bucks into investing in crypto.
Yeah.
That's it. If you already have a job, find a few ways to work 1 hour extra day, or pull maybe one more shift. And so solely with that in mind, I'm investing this into crypto. I'm using the rest to take care of my bills as normal, but I'm working extra hours. Why? Because I want to use this money to invest in crypto. I've done it. I had to do it. In fact, In fact, I was so against jobs and I was sleeping on the beach and studying. I was like, you know what? I need some money to invest right now. I'm going to go get a job. I'm going to go get a job. So I got a job and I told everybody, the only reason I'm here working is so I can throw my money into crypto. I wasn't looking to buy a house. Wasn't looking to say, no, I wanted the long-term game plan. So even if you don't have a job, go get a job or post on Craigslist. Trust me, people always need help moving. And if you want to stay where people are moving, just put your phone number, say, I work for $15 an hour, hit me up, I'll get your gloves, get your work boots, and start helping people move. I've done it. I've worked for myself, and I took that money and I invested into crypto while I was sleeping on the beach, right? I found ways to generate profit, whether physically, and at the time, it's still because I was still stepping up my digital game, but I took that and I was going to invest in crypto. Now, outside of your work, you're going to have to dedicate at least an hour extra pretty much every day, and I recommend you to solely focus on Bitcoin. Solely just focus on Bitcoin, and for the most part, for the first 3 months, solely just invest in Bitcoin. Why? Because I think
definitely.
it's crucial that you understand
what
Bitcoin is, how it was created, who created it, what was the like before
that's definitely what I tell people too. Like, do Bitcoin first and hold on to that Bitcoin. You know what I mean?
I'm all about my Ethereum. I'm definitely all about it, but I don't think it's the right move for people to jump into Ethereum not knowing what Ethereum was built off of or based off of, you know? So you spend that first 3 months, maybe 6 months, just solely working extra hours, buying Bitcoin and studying Bitcoin. When you feel like you've got a grasp on Bitcoin, then that's when you start opening in the books on Ethereum. That's it for the first 6 months to a year. I mean, there's things you can do, and I can go on forever on Ethereum, but I think that's the slow say. If you want to get a good, solid grasp, if you want to have extra money to invest, you're going to have to change a few things. You're going to have to study more and work more to really be established in this game, investment-wise, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and start small. That's start small. Mix, you could definitely, you don't have to, like you said, like I said, technical analysis, like you said, invest in Bitcoin, work those extra hours, bro. Throw that $20 in Bitcoin, bro. Practice selling it.
Stop drinking that beer, right? Like,
hold
off on those cigarettes.
I tell people that too. Like, if you're sitting here and you have a job and you're telling me that you don't have money to invest, you're bullshitting. Like, there's read a book. There's a book called Richest Man in Babylon. They say, bro, you only have to invest 1/10 of your income to become a wealthy man over time. You know what I mean? I actually did, go check it out on my YouTube channel, Everything Currency. I actually did an experiment, bro, where I did $1 a day buying Bitcoin for a whole, I think like 300 and something days. You know what I mean? Wow. Just to show people, all it takes is $1 a day. I didn't buy it all at once because I would have got raped in fees, but I did, $7 a week, $1 a day worth of Bitcoin. And I still ended up with,
outperforming
a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Outperforming. What I take it is, I still ended up outperforming me buying a drink, me buying a soda, me buying an extra blunt or a blunt, me going out with the homies or something. It's like, bro, if you trying to tell me you don't have $1 a day, like, you tip more than that. You know what I mean? Like,
and it's a high within itself, seeing your interest rate go up, like seeing the fact that your shit's compounding, even though it's $25, like,
right.
You're going to motivate you. Like, let me keep going. Let me keep pushing myself.
That's the first time I ever had an account. Like, and I started small when I got into crypto. So that's the first time I ever had an account where it's like, oh, I went to sleep with $30 in my account and I woke up with $40 in my account. Oh, this is cool. You know what I mean? Oh, I went to sleep with $40 in my account. I woke up with $36 in my account. Oh, okay. I get a feel for how that's working. You know what I mean? Once I see that, then I'm like, okay, I can get comfortable or less comfortable throwing money in and watching markets and stuff like that. So I definitely agree with you on start off with Bitcoin and just, learn from there.
Yeah, you may have to get the Mastering Bitcoin book. Like, you may have to listen to Andre Antonopoulos. Like, you really just have to yes, there's a lot of noise going on about Ethereum and DeFi, but you really want to understand how this blockchain shit works, how a block explorer works,
there's a great there's a great documentary that I advise everybody to watch on Bitcoin. It's called Banking on Bitcoin, and it's on Netflix. It's on YouTube. I don't know who it's by, but it's called Banking on Bitcoin. And it's like, this gives you an idea, like if you're new and you have no clue why people even like Bitcoin, why even someone like me, who it seems like all I talk about is Ethereum and altcoins and DeFi and everything, you know, like why Bitcoin is still like up there and why it's still, you know, is on top of why we're in this game in general. You know what I mean? Like,
and once you understand that, then you can start to understand the flaws of Bitcoin. Once you start to understand the flaws of Bitcoin, you're going to understand why altcoins are there. That's simply the progression I feel you should make. Understand why Bitcoin is so valuable. And then once you get that, then you're going to start to see why other altcoins were created. What was the purpose of them being created, right? And
basically the purpose. Like when people say, even when people ask me, how do you invest in a good coin? It is very simple, bro. What is the purpose? Like, is there a good purpose for this coin? You know what I mean? Simple as that. Like with Ethereum. Right. But why is Ethereum your number one choice for altcoins? What's the purpose of Ethereum? Well, there's like 800 purposes for Ethereum. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, of course, that's going to be something that I'm into. You know what I mean? If you tell me, oh, what's the purpose of this coin? There's only one purpose, and then it has 700 competitors, and also Ethereum is one of those competitors, then I'm just like, okay, what, you know what I mean? Look at the purpose.
So I'm about to leak some alpha right now.
Do it.
I'm about to leak alpha, though.
Do it. Anybody who's been listening this long deserves it. Let them know.
Yeah. So first of all, we got to talk about data. Data is the new gold. So now, if you want to join a data union and monetize your data, this is different from the Brave browser. Brave browser is supposed to be with advertisement, the basic attention to it. So this is different. This, go to Swash, SWASH, Swash app.io. You can add the extension in your browser and it encrypts your data. It collects all your data. It's already being collected by Facebook and Google and but they're going to take your data, they're going to encrypt it, and they're going to throw it in a pool of other people's data. It's called a data union. And you're going to monetize that. And the coin, if you go to CoinGecko, it's called data. You just type in data coin and it says streamer. That's the cryptocurrency you're going to be getting for just using the internet. I swear to Jah Rastafari, right? And it's an ERC20 token, so you can throw it in a pool and do other things with it. But that's one of the small little streams of passive income you can make for free is by joining a data union. It's called Swash, SWASH. And you just add the extension in your browser and you become part of a data union. Your data gets sold in a chunk to big investors or advertising people, and that even on Ocean Protocol, they have a Swash data pool. So that's a little alpha leak for people who are listening to kind of make a little passive income on your own for doing everything you already do, but your data gets encrypted and then joined with other people's encrypted data and then resold on the market. And you get profit for that. You get data token. And you can sell that data token for Ethereum. Nice. Yeah, so that's the alpha leak. We're going to drop at least one little alpha leak per podcast, either me or
alpha leak right there. And you know, like I always tell people too, like I should have mentioned this too, when you get into crypto, download Brave. Get paid for your ads. Get paid for watching us. And if you don't have money, let me tell you, bro, since I've had Brave, I've gotten over $300 in Brave tokens.
Bro, especially as a YouTuber.
Right. You know what I mean? And
you got those referral links too.
And it's dope. You know what I mean? And a lot of that, you know, I think I only had one or two people actually ever give me a donation. Oh, you know, but that's all just from the ads. You know, it's five ads an hour. Yeah. You know, and
I'm telling you, there's too many ways to get paid. And if you're on top of the game, like, you know, that's why you got to hit us up. Hit Everything Currency up for the mentorship. He's got a whole nother wealth of knowledge that half the shit he posts about on Twitter, I have no idea what type of coins this dude talks about. Like, I'll be honest. Like, I'm like, I never heard of that. And hit me up. We stay on top of the game for you. All right. Now, here we're gonna get into this. Do not get upset with us for being ourselves. All right. You know, just because we don't buy something you think we should buy, just because we don't, there's over 6,000 cryptocurrencies. We are not going to know every currency that you know. So don't feel like you smarter than us because we invest in cushed out finance. Like, what the fuck? Like,
don't be upset. Don't be upset. That's what I don't get. People be, hey man, I invested into this coin. I invested in this coin. What do you think about it? Oh man, I don't really like this. What? Man, you stupid. You don't like, bro, chill.
I came up with the term, and it's not gonna. It's an unpopular term, but I call them cryptosexuals. People who are trying to have a relationship with somebody, another man, through cryptocurrency, right, and getting emotional. I just like these fucking cryptosexuals, bro.
I thought you was about to say people who in love with these coins, bro. Like they're smashing them, like, bro, you smashing
I mean, either way, man.
Like this coin is giving you blowjobs, bro. People, you love it that much.
You know, it's like, damn.
Yeah, bro, man. Like, don't. I mean, listen. I just gotta say, if your investments involve on what another man tells you,
bro,
don't be investing. You have a lot more to
take
learn.
a walk somewhere. Yeah, go take a walk somewhere.
Like, the reason for mentorships and the reason to talk to people like me or Rootz is to get knowledge so you can make your own decisions.
Absolutely.
If you expect me to tell you everything that I do in the crypto game, it's not going to happen. I'm doing too much, first of all. Like, and this is what happens. I might tell you, hey, I invested into this coin. If I see something I don't like about that coin, I'll sell that bitch. And you will never know. And you might be stuck holding something that, say, there's early signs of a rug pull. If I sell it and I don't let you know in time, don't be mad at me. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you can, like, I heard another quote, you can copy a man's trades, but you can't copy his conviction. Right? Like, having the balls to actually buy something when it's fucking negative 30%, 40%, having the balls to actually, like, do it on your own. Like, you can copy someone else's trades, but you try to do that on your own, you wouldn't have the conviction to actually go through with it and take the risk, right? So you can copy a man's trades, but you can't copy his conviction, you know, to execute those trades on your own. So that's what separates, you know, I don't know, the man
and
from
if
the
you want to
beast.
if you want to risk your money that way, go on token sets.
You
can find a trader on there, and then you can go literally have that person trade for you. But don't be on social media trying to figure out what move you should make. You know what I mean? Social media is there for info when you're doing this investing thing. It's not for you to decide, you know, where to throw money, you know?
And also, you don't, this is for the people who follow us and people who are in our chats. You don't got to lie to us, bro. Like, we understand, like, you don't got to lie to us. If you don't got bread, just say you don't got bread, right? There's ways to get bread, but don't try to act like you got money and then try to, like, be like, nah, man, like, you need to be, and you're never going to make it as a trader or investor if you got to lie to people about whether you have money or not.
Right.
Like, you know, and if
you're not keeping it real with yourself at that point. You got to keep it real with yourself first. And, you know, only you know how much you got. So, and to me, like, that don't even really matter. Like, we're all trying to get more, you know what I mean? So it's like, don't stop worrying about what you got, what everybody else got, you know, figure out how to make this work for you.
Here's what you say to people when you don't got bread, but you know, I don't got a lot of money right now, but here's the things that I'm doing to make sure that by sometime next year, I will have money, right? This is what I'm doing. I'm studying this. I've been looking into this. That shows somebody that, you know, hey, you may not have the bread right now, but it sure as hell looks like you're working towards it, right?
Right.
And that's how you approach people. Like, you know, like, if you're looking for help or looking some financial information, you know, I'm grinding, I'm saving up, but I'm studying. I'm studying, you know, and that's how you get the respect, whether you have the, you know, is by being upfront and honest. If you're looking for someone's help,
man, I had somebody in a group who, and it was funny because I noticed it, you know what I mean, but the group called him out on it, and I didn't say that, I was just watching, you know what I mean, but it's like, dude was just every coin, you know, people, hey, what do you guys think about this coin? Check this coin out, you know. Oh, this coin pumped. Every single coin is, oh, I bought that. You know, oh, this coin went up. It went from $3 to $5. Oh, I bought it at $2. You know, oh, I bought it.
One up in you,
yeah, one up in everybody. Oh, I bought it. And then when it came time for everybody to say, hey, you know, we should check out this coin, he goes, oh, well, I don't have enough ETH to invest into it. You know, so it's like, wait a minute, you've been getting 2X's and 3X's and 4X's and 5X's every day for the last 2
Did
months.
not cash
You
out,
don't have
bro.
enough ETH. You know, it's like, man, you know, either you're lying or you're just holding on too long. You know what I mean? And
Or
like,
your
I was just
ego is definitely fucking up your prosperity.
right. And
You
it's
know.
like, you don't have to do all that, man. That's, you know, I'm not hating on nobody. I'm just saying you don't have to do all that. Like, if you're fucking with me and my followers, like, we're trying to get this thing popping off together, because guess what? There's a million other people out there trying to take our money, you know, and they're teaming up and they're coming after us and they're trying to do their best that they can do. You know what I mean? So that's what we need to do.
Facts. Facts. So Ocean dropped the data market, bro. The game has
Ocean protocol. I'm big on
the,
Ocean, man. I've been
the
on
game
Ocean
has
for
officially
yeah.
changed, man. It is like officially changed. Like we may not realize how big of an impact this is, but it's the tsunami wave is coming of monetizing data, monetizing your data. Like if anybody who's now let's advice for the wealthier people, advice for the people who got a little extra bread. All right, start selling data. Start finding a way to profit off either supplying the data if you're a data scientist or data analytics, you know, that's, you know, a whole nother thing. But you can get free data. Where can you get free data? Google has to give you your data for free. Facebook has to give you your data for free. WhatsApp has to give you your data for free. Instagram has to give you your data. That you could collect all that data and sell it. I'm giving you the fucking alpha, more alpha.
Do you know
right?
how much data they got on you on top of that? Like, people don't understand,
Bro.
bro. That data goes back to the very first time you ever made a Google account and your very first time using Maps, where you went since then. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna get a file of 5, 6, 7 gigs of all your data and be like, what the hell?
That's your data, bro. Monetize it.
That's your gold. That's your digital gold. Like, data is the new gold, bro.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
it's like,
Facts.
I mean, not the
And
new gold, the new oil. My bad, the new oil. Bitcoin's the
yeah,
new
yeah,
gold.
yeah,
Data's the
yeah,
new oil.
yeah. I would agree with all that. I would. And not just that, but hey, you got to think, even though you're just one person, your data may not be as valuable. If you collect other people's data, it is much more valuable. So you could be a data hustler. I'm straight up. You could be a data hustler. Yo. Let me buy that. Let me buy your data off Instagram for you, $30, whatever it is, right? You can go and start collecting other people's data and rehustle and sell that. If you know what type of data to collect and how to hustle and sell it, you know, and if it's valuable enough, other people can stake in your. I mean, I'm leaking too much, but I'm letting you know the game has officially changed. You can use data as collateral. You can get royalties off your data, like straight up. Like if anybody takes your data and goes resell it, you get a cut out of every resell of your data. You can set that fee. You can set that price up, man. So, and now I mean, you can, use data as collateral. I got this data. Let
Yeah.
me borrow against the data. You can use data as debt. Like, I mean, I'm telling you, anything you can do with DeFi, you can do with data. Like, so I have a data tokens, right? So, and data, initial data offerings, DIOs or something like data initial offerings. Like, so this is a whole nother cosmos universe attached to DeFi. And I want in. I want in, and
Early.
I'm
I
looking.
want in
Yes,
early.
and I'm already invested in a few data pools. Hit me up for the mentorship if you want to know which ones and how to do it. But this is only the beginning for my data entrepreneurship. Right? That's this. So I'm telling you, don't turn your back on this. Don't turn your back on this game, man.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say, don't turn your back on all the stuff that you can do in general, man. There's like that data pools, you can get those set up for, you know, the amount of gas fees, you know, and buy and some motion tokens. So yeah.
Word. Now, what are your top? What's the new? What are some of the newest projects out that came out recently? I don't care if they like what, even if they're sketchy. What is something that's caught your eye that you're like, you know what, this may be dope. This may be dope.
Ooh, new projects. Let me see.
Or just one particular.
Okay, one particular. All right, I would say an interesting concept. It is. I'm looking into it. I'll let you know right now. I'm not invested, but DNA. is
Okay. Oh,
DNA.
Idina,
Yeah,
right?
Idina. Yeah.
You know what? I looked into them. I was checking them out, but for some reason I use Ubuntu and it just couldn't install on my computer. So
Yeah.
I
So what's interesting about them is like, they have that whole, it's a proof of person blockchain, right?
yeah, it's an interesting concept.
Yeah, so proof of person blockchain. So it's like, how when anytime you sign on to anything on crypto, it's like you got to do a little captcha, right?
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
so basically it's like you can earn Idina from doing captchas, and that's like basically the proof of
Essentially, yeah.
that's the proof of person. So, and also you can earn Idina tokens from creating those captchas, creating
Yeah,
flips.
yeah,
They're called
yeah.
flips. So
Okay.
basically it's like you do these little puzzles that basically they're like supposed to be simple puzzles that are kind of like captchas that a computer
The
can't
A,
do,
yeah, that an AI can't.
that an AI can't get
Yeah,
past, right? So,
yeah.
in the future, this might be a good concept, especially with AI taking off more, and stuff like that. So it's something that's pretty under the radar. And, I've been looking at it for a while, but that's something that's a pretty interesting concept because I never seen anything like that.
Well, at this point in the game, like I even asked on the Discord when wrapped Idina,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah.
Because that's pretty much what I'm asking any coin that's not when wrapped Monero, when wrapped fucking Ripple, like when. No, I'm not asking Ripple, but still, like you better be creating some sort of wrap version or. But I don't think it's up to them. I think it's like a third party, like Ren or something, right? Like
Yeah.
you pretty much have to wrap everything.
When you're going to
Not have to, but you're missing out on all that if you're not wrapping your token and people being able to use it as an ERC20 token, right?
Yeah, so
Like,
that's why I'm thinking, things that are trying to like Polkadot and wrapped anything, especially like with all this, man, $2 billion in wrapped Bitcoin. It's like wrapped Bitcoin became a number 13 the other day when I looked at it on the market cap. So it's like, yeah, anything that's trying to do like the Polkadot thing, which is trying to connect it so you either don't need to be wrapped, or anything is going to try to integrate with Ethereum because they just realized that like Ethereum is ahead of everybody by so much, even if 2.0 ain't out yet.
yo, 2.0, how soon? People saying, man, this shit's about to come, bro. Like, but I don't want everybody been saying that for a long time, so I don't even want to go into it.
I'm not tripping off of them, taking their time with it. I just don't. The last thing you want is for it to drop and then have some exploit that's just shatters everybody's ego or just kind of ruins all of DeFi. So take your time because all of DeFi is built on top of it. So before you change consensus, take your time. You know what I mean? That's not a problem with me.
Word.
Still working right now.
Now, meme coins. Has any meme coin showed up on the scene recently?
Meme coins. I don't. Not that I've seen it. I went back to, like I said, I started looking for, because I think we're hitting a level on Bitcoin that's gonna start bringing in new people.
Oh yeah, all the hype's around Bitcoin right now.
All the hype's around Bitcoin right now. So when the hype dies down around Bitcoin, I think, of course, it's gonna trickle into the bigger, more popular coins first. And then people start having fun with meme coins and all that.
Yeah, that was a fun phase we went through, man.
Oh yeah, people hated on it. People got tired of it, but you gotta admit, man, that was tight.
That shit was kind of dope. You know what? I'm
like,
surprised.
what the hell?
Here's what I'm surprised is still around, and I'm not gonna hate because I don't know too much about it, and apparently it serves a real use case purpose. But out of all the food coins, the most legit one was Pickle.
Oh yeah.
Pickle.finance is like the actually like legit like fucking like out of all the food coins, you got fucking Pickle that was actually legit as fuck. Like I don't know, it's supposed to be like a stable coin thingy. I'm not big on stable coins, so I didn't go too deep into it. But
yeah, me neither. I don't.
But I know people who that's the new thing. They're hella Pickle now.
Yeah,
and,
Pickle. I couldn't. I saw that and I was like, what? But then, I still was weary of it just because Pickle. I'm like, can y'all rebrand to something more serious?
Yeah. I saw it too. I can't tell you how many coins I saw early and could have got in, but I didn't, for just even the smallest little judgment or bias on my behalf.
Mm-hmm.
Like I saw Core at $1,000, didn't get into it. just because I was like, nah, fuck that shit. And then so I
oh yeah,
found out about
Core.
this.
Someone in my Telegram group gave Core to everybody at $500.
Whoa.
$500, and he was like, and the Telegram group is pretty dope. But yeah, he called that coin out and was like, hey guys, for sure, come on. You know what I mean? And dude's been pretty accurate on his calls too. So a bunch of people got into that, and I was like, I'm good. I'm cool right now. I had and
yeah, you can't.
Yeah, that thing went.
Any rugs? Any major rug pulls recently?
Core.
Core was a rug.
Kore.
Yeah.
That was the biggest one that I seen recently that people were tripping off of.
Wow.
Because a lot of people believed, like, this is where I'm like, dude, I'm not invested in, like you said, these clones. Why would you do that? Like, you couldn't even think of your own name. I'm gonna take Core, change the C to a K, and basically do the same thing, and people don't expect it to be a scam. You know what I mean? It's like, that was, Core. I seen some people really pissed off, and I always trip off of how people, I'm gonna find you and bro.
Oh, I know people trying to dox the ZZZ people. Like, man, it's like you don't even want to be a known developer at this point.
Yeah, and then people are saying, oh, the teams can't be anon. Like, why? People get mad. People want to find you when the price goes down. Like, they don't understand market.
I'm surprised
cycles.
people didn't hunt down Trevon James. I'm not saying I wouldn't wish any harm on, I'm not going to go that far, but like, damn,
They did, bro. They did. He was in hiding, bro.
Whoa.
And yeah, he was for a while he was in hiding, and he went through like some, I could tell, dude stopped dropping videos, but like whenever he did drop a video, you can tell that it was weighing on him emotionally, and he was out in some hotel in somewhere in Mexico or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, so that's why I'm like, yeah, I give dude credit for actually coming back and saying, hey y'all, all right, I fucked up. It's funny. Like, y'all could laugh at me, you know what I mean? But I don't like listen to anybody's financial advice. I just do it because people learn. And Trayvon was in the bear market when the market got hella boring and nobody was doing nothing. That dude was showing everybody how to do DeFi and how to set up a Web3 wallet and all that stuff.
You should get him on your channel. That'll be an interesting interview.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna ask him the tough questions too. I'm gonna be like, I'll be straight up like, first of all, nigga, why didn't you just admit when you fucked up?
And he still won't admit it.
Just admit it, bro. Like, but I understand it because I was just like, that thing made that dude a millionaire. You know what I mean? So of course he was hurt.
And he got hacked too.
And he got hacked. And people don't remember that. Hey, a lot of people got hacked
bro.
during that time through everybody was getting hacked through, what's that wallet that was very popular when I first got it? Exodus wallet.
Really?
So during that time, bro, he got hacked. Crypto Love got hacked. A bunch of other big YouTubers all claimed that they got hacked, right? And the one thing that they had in common was that Exodus wallet. But I guess they were doing SIM swapping. They were calling people's phones, say, hey, this is Trevon, I need a new SIM card, and got his SIM card, got all the passwords, got the 3-factor.
Damn. Yo, that's why, centralized exchanges are too vulnerable, bro. CZ's it's a wrap, man. He's being put on the spot. He's coming out with all kinds of excuses. Like, DeFi is just going to just destroy. It's too many things. Now you got a KYC, then you got to do the CAPTCHA, then you got 2-factor. Like, I mean, damn. Then you got to pay taxes. I mean, like,
what about this fact, bro? Every time the price of Bitcoin seems like it's getting some nice organic pumpage, Coinbase goes down, Binance goes down.
Bro,
I'm just like, what? Hold on, what? And that's what just happened recently. Like that price, like Bitcoin price, I was waiting for it to get over 14,000. That's the big number. You know what I mean? Since last summer, that's the big number. 14,000, then 20. And as soon as we started hitting 14,000, Coinbase goes down. Trading halts. And that's going to automatically send some people into a panic, especially new people. Oh, I can't even reach my money. Oh, fuck this. When I get back,
it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing,
bro. I think it's fake because if you look at volume in 2017 when it was popping super crazy. You telling me that Coinbase hasn't stepped their game up since then and got more liquidity and got more servers and all that since then?
I mean, you got to understand they have their limitations, right? And centralized systems, they just don't scale. You know, I mean, yeah, I can.
I think I get what you're saying. So in the beginning, I'm like, yeah, you know, I could see how, you know, that stuff will happen. But I'm like, after all this time and all this innovation, you mean to tell me that you guys can't handle half the volume that you used to handle before? And then not only that, there was some speculation going around. I don't know if you heard about this, but they were saying that the price of Bitcoin was being so manipulated by some of these exchanges, like the bigger exchanges like Coinbase and stuff, that the price of wrapped Bitcoin was about to change, was about to be more than the price of Bitcoin.
Yeah, get off the peg.
It was about to get off the peg just because the way that it was. So people started speculating that, oh, just because the price of wrapped Bitcoin is going to change, watch Coinbase add wrapped Bitcoin to the exchange.
Yeah, I mean, it's just nasty.
Exactly what they did. They added wrapped Bitcoin. I was like, oh damn, what?
Yeah, man. I recommend, in my opinion, no. I mean, I understand if you have to, like as far as buying crypto through Coinbase, but take your shit off there, bro.
You have to. Don't leave it on there. Like, don't use Robinhood, and please don't use PayPal. You know what I mean?
Oh,
you're
man.
not gonna be able to. You're not gonna be able to have your crypto when you want to take your crypto and do something with it. They're just gonna make you buy cash. You know what I mean? They're gonna make you sell your crypto and buy cash and say, hey, you gotta take this cash. And it's like, that's the whole point of crypto. You want to be able to do crypto. You know, not just speculate on it. You want to invest in it. You want to use it. You want to like sell your data and take advantage of some of the things that are going on.
You know, Wells Fargo and Bank of America are in a bidding war to buy Coinbase.
I see that.
And PayPal's trying to buy Bitcoin. I mean, the beast is falling. The beast is scared right now. The beast is scared right now.
To me, this is beautiful. Everyone hates on it. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is the best way. Because honestly, I don't agree with that whole, you know, let's blow up the United States and start all over with Bitcoin. Like, nah, let's integrate in a way where we're in charge. You know what I mean? Because think about it, where the banks can't hide shit if everything's on the ledger that we could see. You know what I mean? Like,
for real.
You know what I'm saying?
Have you been following the Uniswap governance Dharma thingy? Like, have you been kind of paying a little attention to that?
No, I haven't. I haven't seen anything about the Uniswap.
Dharma was pretty much about to pull some slick shit, and because they wanted to first of all, they wanted to lower the voting proposal rights quorum,
what?
right? So they wanted to lower the to 30 million. They wanted to lower like the proposal that's like less than 1%, and then they wanted to lower the votes. And I actually voted for it, but I couldn't vote. It's weird. Uni's weird. And so essentially, if they wanted to lower the voting rights, and then the next proposal, that one failed. Everybody was like, yo, they're trying to do some slick shit. And then the next one was to airdrop everybody in Dharma and other wallets that didn't get the Uniswap airdrop to re-airdrop them, right? So essentially, it would have made Dharma one of the biggest Uni holders, and pretty much were able to control Uni. And people started spotting that shit out.
So that's what they were trying to do? Because I honestly thought it was just, you know, I didn't read the whole proposal all the way through, but I honestly thought that they were just trying to get the airdrop for the people who actually used Dharma, like used Uni with the Dharma wallet.
That's so they say. Okay, so they say, right?
I thought that was fair. Like, hey, you used Uniswap too, you should get the little pot too, you know. But
what people were saying is they would have been the biggest holders of Uni, and they would have been, you know. So
it was Binance. It was a Binance takeover, like Binance did to Tron.
Not just that. There was another one. There was the MakerDAO flash loan. You heard about that?
Oh, yep.
Damn. Where they used the flash loan to make a vote, and then people were like, "Wait, hold up, we did not see this shit. This could really fuck shit up. If people are just flash loaning shits to make a vote and then moving the shit and not even owning it." So they're talking about, no, there needs to be a time lock thing. Like, Like, so we're seeing some interesting shit go down with the governance. It's like the power for greed is still there, right? But now you have to like, it's like the presidential election. You have to convince everybody to vote for you, right?
Yeah.
For your own greed, selfish
to me
reasons.
that's dope. It's working how it should. And you
True,
know, like
true.
we're very new, so we need to find these exploits early. We don't need to be, you know, half the population in and then somebody exploit something. You know, we need to find it early and put things in place.
That's why I like the DPI token, and not just that, because, and you're in finance too, Wi-Fi token. It's because they plan on both being multi-governance tokens, because DPI owns 10 different, the top 10 different DeFi protocols. So their whole goal is to get to the 1% of the DeFi market. And if they had one of the biggest holders of Wi-Fi, one of the biggest holders of Comp-Uni, they could have significant voting power, and that would be another selling point as far as of the DPI token, is that, like, no, this is the boss token. Like, with this, and then you can you'll be able to pretty much vote and have a majority and vote on the top 10 different DeFi protocols. Wi-Fi is trying to do the same thing. So now what we're seeing is we're seeing it evolve into multi-governance tokens. That's the next beast that's coming out of crypto and DeFi, is multi-governance tokens.
Yeah, that's why people need to be aware. That's another reason not to hold your crypto on the exchange, because if the crypto has all the government stuff, like that's like I mentioned with Tron, you know, people were like, oh, you know, hey, you get a nice 10% on leaving your Tron on Binance. And then guess what? People were pissed off that, hey, when
you can't do nothing with it.
Yeah, no, they look at it, they look at the block explorer and they see that now Binance is the biggest holder of Tron. So Binance has the most votes. And then what's crazy is it's number one when people go to delegate their Tron, they tend to delegate it to one of the top 10 people anyway, and they end up saying, oh, I know Binance. They delegate more Tron to Binance. So it's like now you have a competitor, which Binance Chain is a competitor to Tron, you know, basically holding the most coins and can make all the votes they want on something that, you know, so basically it's becoming to where they can, it has a decentralized model, but if people exploit that, then it can be centralized anyway.
I'm telling you, the game is, it's never a dull day in DeFi. That's what they say. It's never a dull day in DeFi. Anything else you want to leave before we head on out?
Shit. No, man.
Yo, check out this new channel. We got the new channel going on.
Keep the new channel, like and subscribe to it. You know, leave some comments, share it.
There you go. Share it. And if there's anything you want us to talk about, leave it in the comments too. We'll bring it up and we'll talk in detail about it.
Yeah, for sure. Any questions and stuff like that, ask them in the comment box. You know, we'll try to address them on the next podcast.
Where you guys feel free to donate some ETH. Holler at Everything Currency in his Telegram group. Hit me up from our private crypto group. And yeah, we got your backs, players.
Yup. Till next time. Peace out.
Peace.